to introduce the instructor to come so far today. So there's Agnès from Italy, Enrico from Japan, Judith Laredo from Paris, France, Roxana Nevada from Romania, Gutierrez Alacon, originally from Argentina. So we're delighted that they could be with us today on International Women's Day. Originally from
I began training Aikido more than 30 years ago. I was looking for martial art, and I just stepped into Aikido by chance.
Ready?
And I saw people throwing other people. I was like, oh no, I will never be able to do that.
Hey.
And then I was curious and I started. My first teacher was Renato Tamburelli, and he was a former student of Tada Sensei. The teacher is your door to the treasures of Aikido, so it's very, very, very much important, but the most important thing is that you resonate with your teacher. You have to feel comfortable with your teacher. It's important that there is an encounter, because without the encounter cannot be transmission.
Here we got that.
I started in 1983. My first teacher was Kanai Sensei, who was an Ushideshi of O-Sensei, Mitsunari Kanai. He came over to the United States, and he had an enormous impact on my Aikido, my life, who I am today, really. One time he said to me, when your spirit's down or your mind is feeling low, train your body. And when your body is suffering or feeling low, train your mind. And I always think of that because it's a balance. If we suffer from physical ailments, you know, we have to use the strength of our spirit and mind. And likewise, if we're feeling down in our mind, if we train our body, if you go to practice, if you do Aikido or go to the dojo, it brings back the balance.
I began my Aikido in Tokyo, Japan. Many years ago, I began at 1979. I began with Maestro Tada. And toujours il est mon professeur et il est le grand. C'est pas seulement par exemple juste sur le tatami, non, c'était la vie quotidienne, c'est toute la vie, ça peut être influencé par rapport de comment vivre.
My biggest influence was Tamura Sensei. The first time I saw him, I was practicing for maybe 2 months only. And I was really amazed by his Aikido and amazed by the person himself.
I met Daniel Morales in Argentina, and he was the first person to talk to me about Aikido, and he told me it's like being one with the universe, and this, I like it.
Our first Japanese teacher was Masatake Fujita Sensei, an Eidan Aikido, Aikikai Honbu Shihan, who was O-Sensei's personal secretary. So in that sense, I have touched the hand that touched the hand of O-Sensei.
Aikido est un art martial, ce n'est pas de sport. Un art martial qui peut faire de quelque chose tout le monde, qui sont parce qu'on fait entraîner de notre esprit et le physique et de plus de relations avec les autres.
If you feel like you need a path that puts you in contact with yourself, with the nature and with the earth, and then from there with the others, I think it's a wonderful opportunity.
Our bodies cannot hide or conceal the truth. Our bodies speak for ourselves. So we don't use the words, it's our bodies that are communicating, and I think that's very pure and very beautiful.
If I see a dish pushing something towards me, as she pushes towards me, keep her going in the same direction.
Justement, j'ai dit un peu peut-être c'est comme c'est pour rencontrer quelqu'un, c'est pas seulement que c'est de moi et toi.
After 30 years, I still train Aikido because I have a lot of fun training it, and it's good for me and it's good for the world.
You practice for yourself and for your alignment with your body, with the earth and with the others.
It gives me more energy, the ki, and it teaches me how to use the energy that flows through our body and flows through the world, not only through my body.
Like be in contact with our bodies, with the earth, and in this connection, exchanging with a partner.
In practicing Aikido, there's a sincerity, there's a sharing of trust, a vulnerability.
Tout le temps, c'est vraiment ça fait plaisir de tatami, rencontre les gens, rencontre avec les gens.
One of my teachers said, and I like this way to see Aikido, it's a way to find your freedom with a constraint. So for example, if you are gripped, only your arm is gripped, but all your body can move. And if you understand that with your body, you understand it's...
So you don't focus on what's holding you, you focus on your freedom.
Exactly. And I think it's very useful to keep this mindset in your everyday life.
And you stretch the back, and then you carry from here to...
But the thing that I would say about Aikido is, you know, how we always tell people Aikido is a martial art that works with the energy of the opponent, so on and so forth. And that is really the long way to describe it. Another way to put it is, whatever you want to do to me, I own you. Whatever you want to throw at me, I end up owning, okay? Just get that.
We were very fortunate in our dojo. We had many strong women instructors as well as men, so the females and males were always treated equally.
You are not supposed to use strength. This is interesting for women because dans beaucoup de disciplines, le fait d'avoir moins de force, c'est un handicap. Mais en Aikido, non, au contraire, parce que ça oblige à vraiment chercher le déséquilibre.
As a woman, Aikido brings you every tool the same as men. We are maybe less strong physically than men, but it's not a problem.
I think that's what's so amazing about Aikido. It's such a ground leveler. You don't need strength. You see very tiny women be very effective, and that's amazing. You see very tiny men be very effective. Skinny old men throw people around like crazy.
I think it changed my relationship to other people, and it makes me strong morally and also physically.
There's always something new to learn. You're always learning from your partner, and to me that's wonderful because whether they're big, small, young, you can always learn from them, and that's very special because I think we learn together.
It gives you a wonderful mental workout, because it keeps your mind flexible, right? Because you have to learn new things, and it doesn't matter if you've been doing this movement in a gazillion ways. Now we're going to try it differently, and now we're going to mix them up, and now we're going to treat them like they're a puzzle. So your mind needs to be so focused.
I was immensely grateful to the women in Aikido instructors who made the effort to come, who agreed to do this. It was an adventure, I feel. It was something we hadn't done before. So I was enormously grateful. I felt their support, that they traveled all this way, they gave up their time.
The fact that we've had 6 women instructors from 6 countries, and just how incredibly important that is, that we get to learn from such incredible women. It's rare, and unfortunately it shouldn't be rare. So I do think that we have work to do to raise up women instructors more than what's currently being done, and I think that this seminar is a great example that 6 incredible women can pull off a great seminar.
It turned out to be wonderful, really. Such a great vibe on the mat. You could feel that they were there to learn. You could feel that they wanted to hear whatever you had to offer, that they were trying it on, that they were open for feedback.
I specifically wanted female instructors from different countries who spoke different languages, who had different cultures, because Aikido to me brings us together, and it doesn't matter if you don't speak the same language, you can get on the mat and find an understanding, and to me that's essential, that we as human beings find a common understanding together.
I think Fiona did something really great, because I've never seen that in my life, in my 25 years of Aikido. And I think it's really a good idea, because it makes a woman more confident, and it's also a way to create some solidarity among women.
And also, there were many people that I pray that I'm going to be on the mat at their age, with such good energy and with such an amazing attitude. So from that point of view, it was a great first for me.
I think that bringing female teachers across all the countries together for this event has been a wonderful idea of Fiona, because it's very important to meet, to train together, to learn from each other, and it's beautiful to be all women teacher for one time. It's not very common, and I like it.
I really feel we're this global family of Aikidokas all over the world, which O-sensei, I feel the founder, created, and it doesn't matter what language you speak, what culture you have, we're all doing the same thing, and so it's a beautiful way of finding a common bond between human beings, and I hope a common understanding.
At its heart, Aikido is about lifelong learning, because you will find people and meet people who practice Aikido for many, many decades. There's got to be something in it that gets that person, that 70-year-old, 80-year-old, back on the mat once or twice or 3 times a week for decades. That has to say and communicate that there is something to learn every single time and forever.
My Tada Sensei is 95, he's still training, so if you train good, you can train all your life. It's a lifetime path.
It makes you stay young and flexible, and it keeps your mind young and your body agile. And isn't it great that at the end, when you're bony, you're going to be as powerful or more powerful than you were when you were 20? I mean, how cool is that?
For me, if my knees are still okay, if my body is still okay, I would like to continue all my life, because it's such a big pleasure.
I hope I can do it until the last day of my life.